Then we'll take up item 3.3, amendment to the flag display policy. I have one card from a member of the public. If you are here and you'd like to speak, I see several members of the public who appear to be here on this item. Please submit one of these yellow cards and we can ensure that you'll have a chance to speak. Vice Mayor Herrera.
Thank you, Mayor. And I'm very happy to bring this item that is coming back to council, and appreciate the support of the mayor and Councilmember Rob Perales and Councilmember Chappie Jones in supporting staff's recommendation to permanently display the POW MIA flag below the USA flag at City Hall 365 days a year. And that will start on September 18th, which is a POW MIA Day, where we will have a ceremony raising that flag. I want to thank the veterans groups, though, who are here today, who came forward to support this, and Veterans Helping Veterans, J.D. Dueños, Veterans Supportive Service Agency, Tito Cortez, Disabled American Veterans, United Veterans of America, the Veterans Council, Fran McVeigh, American Legion Post 69 and Post 419, Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 201, Dave Sanders and Bob Cadley, and American GI Forum. If I've left out your name, I apologize, but we're really very happy that you've come forward and supported this. City of San Jose is enormously proud of the men and women that have served our services, who serve and who now reside in our community as veterans. We're proud of the contributions they made serving their country, and we're proud of the continuing contributions they make. Our city's home to Veterans Memorial of San Jose, the San Jose Vietnam War Memorial, and proudly hosts the annual Veterans Day Parade, which will be celebrating its 97th anniversary this November. I think this says something about the pride and commitment to our veterans. And just again, recounting why we have the POW MIA flag. In 1971, the wife of a U.S. military office listed as missing in action during the Vietnam War, Mrs. Michael Hoff, developed the idea of a national flag to remind every American of the U.S. service members whose fates were never accounted for during the war. Today, the POW MIA flag is a symbol of our nation's concern and commitment to resolving as fully as possible the fates of Americans from all American wars, still prisoner, missing, and unaccounted for. The POW MIA flag is the only flag besides the United States flag to have ever flown over the White House. It's important for our city to recognize and honor the brave men and women that have served our country. And like the White House, we too should support our local veterans and veterans organizations and honor their request to fly the POW MIA flag year-round, 365 days. And with that, I'd like to make a motion to move the memo, again signed by the mayor and Raul Perales and Chappie Jones.
There's a motion and a second. I understand that there is a presentation. Barry?
Mr. Mayor, we did have a presentation. However, we can omit that if the council chooses.
Why don't you go ahead, just so we all are clear about what the options are. That'd be great. Thank you, Barry. Certainly. So joining me to my right is Deputy Director of Public Works, Joe Garcia. My name is Barry Ng. I'm the Director of Public Works. We have two quick slides, the first of which just recaps the action on June 23rd, where the council approved 7 dates to fly the POW MIA flag, shown on the screen above. And with that action, the council directed staff to return with options to fly the flag 365 days a year. So our second slide shows the 4 options that we have developed. Option number 1, which the Vice Mayor just advocated for, is to permanently display the flag below the United States flag on the first flagpole in front of City Hall. Option 2 is to permanently display the flag on the second flagpole immediately next to the United States flag in front of City Hall. Option 3, construct a new flagpole on the City Hall campus somewhere. And option 4 is to maintain the action from June 23rd, which just flies the additional 7 days that were approved by council at that date. So with that, that's laying out the options in front of you, and we're here to answer questions. Great. Thank you, Barry. Okay. Questions? Councilmember Colorado.
And I want to thank the Vice Mayor and the Mayor and my colleagues for bringing this forward. I'm fully supportive of us having the POW MIA flag permanently displayed at City Hall, and I'm open to the different suggestions here. And I think the constructing a new flagpole seems intriguing, but you know, I'm certainly open to the different options that my colleagues are interested in. I'm just really happy that we're going to be doing this because it is not only something that we should do to honor those that are prisoners of war or are missing in action, but it honors the veterans and it honors the families because the wars never end for them, especially when they have a loved one that was that's unaccounted for or is a prisoner. And I also think it serves as a reminder to all those that serve in elected office, that have positions of power, of the awesomeness of the responsibility, and to recognize that decisions that are made can sometimes have extraordinary consequences and oftentimes heart-wrenching consequences. And particularly with a federal presence about to join us here with the USPTO office, having a federal office of representation in our City Hall, it's even more relevant, I think, to have the POW MIA flag present at City Hall with a permanent presence from the federal government as well. I think it even adds to the message it sends and the relevance of it being here with us. So I strongly support this, and I'm thankful to my colleagues, as well as the community members and the veterans that are here and those that aren't here that I know have been advocating for this as well. And I hope other cities follow suit after we go forward with our flag. Thank you.
Councilmember Oliverio.
Thank you, Mayor. In the consideration of this, and I understand the desire to honor all those that have served, I just want to understand, are there any other flags that have similar honoring? I don't know if that's a question for staff. Are there other things that should be contemplated, or this is the only one that does it all?
Councilmember Oliverio, I'm not aware of any other, staff is not aware of any other flag that imparts the symbolism that this flag does. So to answer your question, no.
Okay, thank you.
I'd like to thank many veterans who've come out to speak here at City Hall to urge us to remember. And I know many of them are here today and they'd like to speak, so I'd like to ask them to come forward now. Begin with J.D. Duenas, Dave Saunders, Michael Kelly, and Richard McCoy. You just come forward as I call your name and I'll... Go ahead. We'll take you in the order you come. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you, Your Honor, and respected members of the City Council. I'm Dave Sanders. I represent the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 201, in memory of Darwin J. Thomas, who was shot down over Vietnam and his body was never recovered. Currently, we have about 1,960 or more that are missing in action. Presumed dead after all these years. I don't think we'll ever get them back, but we may get their remains back. Not only that, but we have the Korean War that was supposedly the forgotten war, that all their members are now in their 80s and 90s, but they're still alive and can see this flag and will understand that they're not forgotten. This is part of their missing in action, which were in the thousands. In the Second World War, we lost tens of thousands never to be found, and we're still getting bodies back. So I really would recommend option one, which has no bearing of cost to the city. It is the best one. It's what everybody else does, but we're special, but that doesn't mean we can't do what everybody else does. So with that, Your Honor, thank you very much, and thank you, council members, and everybody here, my fellow veterans that showed up in support. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dave. Mr. Duenas?
Good afternoon. Thank you. My name is J.D. Duenas, Vietnam veteran, 67-68, United States Army. I'm here to represent several organizations, one that I'm really affiliated with, which is the Veterans Helping Veterans Brotherhood. And we, too, want to help ask you to support the 365-day flag presentation up there. It is the highest honor we can represent to those soldiers, men and women, who gave their ultimate life to make our country free. One of the examples that I want to just share with you is here with the Veterans, Helping Veterans Brotherhood, we were told that there was a cemetery in Pescadero, Pescadero, California, which is about 10 miles south of Half Moon Bay. That there was a cemetery up there that was just totally ignored, but there were veteran flags, American flags on the gravestones that were barely visible over a lot of foliage. So a few of us guys got together and we go up there the first Thursday of every month and we help clean up that cemetery. We found so many graves up there that were World War II, Civil War, Korean War, all kinds of things. The reason why I'm saying that is because they also display the POWMI flag there below the American flag. And what if the small town of Pescadero, which has only one stoplight and one stop sign, has the honor and to display that flag proudly, surely the city of San Jose can follow their lead. So I ask that you take in serious consideration that we turn around and do the same thing as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Michael Kelly? Michael Kelly? No. Rich McCoy?
Thank you, Mayor and City Council. The POWMA flag has become the symbol that a lot of our men and women who served this country have recognized as honoring what they did. And you would not be here today if it wasn't for them. They gave up their lives. They gave up their time so we could have our time here today. And I think option number one was the original intention of the movement that I started to have the flag shown. And at the time, it turned out to be just 7 days rather than 365 days. But we wanted, San Jose now is becoming the example for the rest of the cities in California and across the United States, which I've been in contact with, who want to wait and see what San Jose does. San Jose is a leader, is not a follower. And by showing the flag, you are letting the veterans know that you honor them 365 days a year and not just on special days. Thank you.
Thank you. Francis McVeigh? Francis, are you Mr. Kelly? No? Okay. After Francis is Frank Chavez, Jerry Arnold, Abel Ramos?
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, I'm the current president of the United Veterans Council of Santa Clara County. We represent most other veterans posts within the county. I'd like to thank Vice Mayor Rose Herrera and other council members that brought this before the council and have kept it before the council. We want to very strongly support option one. Question was asked, is there another flag that's as significant as this one? I would answer that as follows. When a young person joins the military, agrees to serve our country, the commitment is made that should they not come home with their unit, they will never be forgotten, whether they're a prisoner of war, missing in action, or perhaps killed in action and not recovered. In fact, one of my own cousins was lost flying an Air Force jet and has not been recovered. This banner symbolizes that commitment. So, on behalf of the Veterans Council, we very strongly recommend option one.
Thank you, Frank. Frank Chavez. After Frank is Jerry Arnold, Abel Ramos, and James McMahon.
Good afternoon, Honorable Mayor, Council members. It's been a long time since I've been here in front of you guys. But here I'm speaking again. I'm a veteran, Vietnam veteran. I also belong to the Veterans Supportive Services Agency. Veterans Helping Veterans. Almost every organization I belong to, there's a veteran. And I'm here to support option one also. And it's not only just for us veterans, but it's for the families of those missing in action and prisoners of wars that have not had any closure on their lost ones. And they are lost 365 days every day. They don't just come out on special holidays for veterans. We have to honor them every single day, 365 days. So San Jose can be the leader in this, and I know that you guys will do it, so thank you very much.
Thank you. Jerry Arnold?
Mr. Mayor, City Council, good afternoon. My name is Abel Ramos. I'm the new commander of American Legion Post 858, and I'm here representing veterans of our post from World War II to current. Majority of our membership is World War II veterans and Vietnam veterans. To them, this flag is more than just a flag or a symbol through the trials and tribulations and stuff they endured in their time of service. All of us veterans would be greatly appreciated if you went ahead and fly this flag 365 days a year. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Abel Ramos?
Good afternoon, Mayor, council members. I'm Jerry Arnold. We switched
Okay.
positions here, but you guys are faster than we are, so I'm sure you caught on already.
Thank you.
I'm
Apparently the rest of them did, I
representing
didn't.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, go ahead.
Go ahead, that's fine. I'm representing the disabled American veterans. I'm a lifetime member and also a member of the Vietnam Veterans of America. I strongly support permanently displaying the POW and MIA flag 365 days a year. Option one looks like the most practical option that you have listed above. I happen to be a Vietnam veteran. I served 2 tours with United States Navy Seabees in Vietnam. We built hospitals, bridges, multiple support facilities, and clean water systems among our projects for villages. We employed over 825 Vietnamese on over 22 projects during this time. During these tours, our small construction unit lost 9, I take that back, 10 Navy personnel, and we had over 30 wounded, and we had the first Vietnam Navy Congressional Honor awarded for valor to Marvin G. Shields after his heroic death. I personally lost my best friend, who was lost in outside of Da Nang, and I had to work with his family to bury him and honor him, and to honor the memory of those veterans who made the supreme sacrifices and are continuing to suffer pain and suffering from wounded in all services, in all conflicts. I strongly recommend that you support and honor all veterans living and dead by passing this amendment to fly the POW MIA flag 365 days a year unanimously. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your honoring veterans. And thanks to Vice Mayor Herrera for her continuing support also. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. James McMahon.
Mr. Mayor, council members, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to address you today. My name is James McMahon. I am a 21-year resident of San Jose. I am a United States Air Force veteran serving in the Vietnam era. I am a disabled veteran, and I am the current commander for the American Legion Post in Willow Glen. I cannot more strongly recommend that you pass the motion in front of you today. I could also not more strongly recommend the adoption of option 1, since it's the usual and customary way we as veterans organizations display the flag. Thank you very much for allowing me the time to speak today.
Thank you, and thank you for your service. A gentleman named Michael Kelly submitted a card. If he is not here, we'll move forward then. Okay. Returning to council. Councilmember Camus?
Yeah, I wanted to thank Vice Mayor Herrera for her leadership on this subject, and I also wanted to thank all the members of our armed forces services here today, speaking on his behalf, and I'm also in favor of the first strategy that we're intending to use. My only question is, how fast can we get this going?
It can happen tomorrow. It can happen today.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Councilmember Perales.
Yeah, thank you. It was my honor to be able to sign on to this memo. Thank you, Vice Mayor, for leading this effort. My grandfather served in the Korean War on an aircraft carrier, the USS Shangri-La, and it's going to be an honor to see the POW MIA flag flying here in front of City Hall.
Vice Mayor Herrera.
Yeah, I again want to thank my colleagues. I want to thank the mayor. And for those of you who don't know, I think most of you know I'm a veteran too, served during the Vietnam era in the Air Force. And I appreciate the mayor's confidence in appointing me the Veterans Liaison. But we could not do any of this without the veterans groups that have been here today. And the things that you said really brought home why it's so important. And I just wanted to reiterate the fact that this not only is supportive for veterans, but their families, and then all of the residents to understand really the impact and the importance of why we serve, and the folks that have devoted and given their lives so that people in this country can be free. I also appreciated Councilmember Collere's point about the fact that we have a federal office coming here, the Patent Office, and I think it's going to be even more important with that visibility of having our POW MIA flag. It can start flying tomorrow, but we are going to have a special ceremony on the 18th. And we hope all of you will join us then as we raise the flag. I also wanted to mention Rich McCoy. I failed to give him proper credit. He's really the one who came to me first with this concept, and so thank you very much, Rich. And I urge all my colleagues to join with us and vote to support this.
Councilmember Jones.
I want to first acknowledge the Vice Mayor for taking the lead on this. As the son of a Korean War veteran, and I appreciate you mentioning that it is considered the forgotten war. And it's the war that we don't hear about very often, but that over 50,000 Americans lost their lives in that war. So I appreciate that. And as the nephew of a serviceman who served in the Pacific Theater in World War II, and hearing stories about friends and fellow soldiers that lost their lives in that part of the war, and soldiers that they never found their bodies because of various reasons. And so I've heard those stories over the years. And then also being someone who had the moving experience of finding my cousin's name on the Vietnam War Memorial, it's also brings it home how important this is to acknowledge the veterans and people who've sacrificed their life to serve our country. So I just want to say that we appreciate and recognize all the sacrifices that you made.
Councilmember Monwin.
It is very moving to see all of the veterans here today. They sacrifice their contribution for this country along with many of the Vietnamese veterans. We fought for freedom for so many years. And this is I just feel sad when we don't see the POW MIA flag fly in this city hall supposed to be fly for many years ago, not today. And I hope that this is an example for the future generation to look back at the history of the Vietnam War as well as all other wars, that we need to honor all the sacrifice and all the contribution that veterans bring to this country. And I wish you the very best, and I hope that we can do everything we can to honor the veterans, U.S. veterans. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate those who came out to speak, and Vice Mayor Herrera for her work in ensuring that we have an appropriate way of honoring those who have served and who we are still waiting to come home. The first time I encountered the POW MIA flag, I was 17 years old, and I remember very distinctly. It was in Washington, D.C. I was just a freshman in college, and I used to go running along the National Mall, and the Vietnam Memorial had just just been created, and I can recall having a conversation with somebody there who was at a table where the flag flew, and talking about what it all meant. And at the time, I reflected, as a 17-year-old, of course, I knew I wasn't far off from being one of those who could be sent, and to reflect on the many, many who went over as teenagers, really, as kids in many ways, who were required to do things that grown men and women would hesitate to have the courage to imagine doing, and recognizing we need to do everything we can to honor those who have sacrificed in such a way. And so I'm grateful that there are those who keep the flame alive, and will do so here at City Hall. So there's a motion on the floor. Please vote. All right, we'll move on. Thank you. Thank you, and thank you for coming out.